to the 290 Mo podcast. I appreciate your time. If you could introduce yourself, my viewers and listeners.
For sure, for sure. It's your girl, French Kitty, professional bad bitch. You know what's going on. You can find me in the recently released film on Tubi by Billy Ray Valentine entitled United Nations. You can see me as an extra in the back in a couple club scenes in the Bo Deal and Queen Key movie. And just like that. That one you have to go to RTS Entertainment to find. You can find me in a bunch of music videos.
What was you in Just Like That?
And Just Like That?
Yeah.
That was with Bo Deal and Queen Key.
Okay, you was an extra in that too?
I was in a couple club scenes in the background.
Okay. And United Nations, wasn't that like a gang movie, right?
Yeah, I was
So
definitely.
was you like you was a queen or something?
Easy for me, No, I was just one of the girls. I didn't have any speaking role, but I'm definitely more visible in that one than I am in the other one. In the other one, I'm two of the main characters are talking, and I'm directly between their head and the background. I've got orange hair, but I've got that mohawk that you can identify anywhere. So you see me.
Okay. We kind of got a lot to talk about, so let's see. Let's start here. What's a French kitty?
A French kitty.
I heard of a French bulldog. What's a French kitty?
Professional bad bitch. So basically, I got the name French Kitty about 12 years ago in New York. My first promoter that I stripped for, he named me originally. When I got into my bad bitch lifestyle, my name was just Allie French. So that's what I use as like my alias. And then I use the French Kitty, when I'm performing or
Okay.
like
So I didn't know your story was as deep as it was, you know what I'm saying? Before you came, I was expecting to jump into what you got going on now. But now that I know what I know, we got to start from the beginning.
For sure.
So where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
For sure. So I am from North Philly, and a little city outside of North Philly called Allentown, Pennsylvania. I lived there until I was about 15. I moved to Kankakee, Illinois, to stay with an aunt and uncle. I graduated from Kankakee High School. I went to Southern Illinois University and got my bachelor's degree in psychology. I had my first baby 2 weeks before I graduated, and then I moved to the south suburbs for a couple of months, and then I went back home to Philly.
Okay. Before we get back to Philly, we're gonna go back to Philly the first time. So how was your childhood like just comparing like the city to Chicago? Was it like dangerous growing up? Was it?
Yeah, so I'm definitely from the hood. I was always the only, white thing around.
Are you white?
I am.
What's
So
your
I
father's
am
nationality?
French Canadian, Swedish, and German.
What's your father's nationality?
My father, he is German and French Canadian.
Okay, yeah,
And then my mother is Swedish.
yeah, you white. I thought this whole time I thought
You know what though? So
what you think I thought you was?
I get so many things. I get mixed.
Nah, I just get
I've
one
gotten
thing.
Creole before.
I get Puerto Rican.
Puerto
That's it.
Rican. I get Puerto Rican all the time.
I
So
could have sworn you was Puerto Rican this whole time,
I am a
bro.
white girl, Mo.
Oh no,
I fooled
be
you.
all the niggas.
But you know what? To be honest, nobody has ever guessed that I was white. Very rarely. You know what I'm saying? I would love to actually take an ancestry test, but I'm terrified to go to the feds, and I just don't believe that they're not gonna share my info. So maybe if I can get like my little sister to do it, we'll see.
I don't. I think you should do it. You said you scared of it. Of it? What?
You know what I'm saying? I done did some things. I'm not trying to, have my DNA leaked and I get tied up and then, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't see me for a long time.
If they want you, they gonna get you. They be getting motherfucking cigarette butts. They be out the garbage can. They be watching people eating at Applebee's, taking cups. If they want you, they gonna get you, man.
True. I don't know.
I think if you want to know, you should do that shit, man.
Yeah, for sure. I'll think about it.
Yeah. Especially cause you white. For black people, I don't think it's that accurate, cause they're gonna say you from Africa. But,
It do.
But it's too.
It breaks down exactly where you from. You should definitely do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think so because what you are definitely is tied into like your health and everything. So I think it's beneficial to know for sure.
Yeah, so you should go on. So you make a bigger case for yourself to do it.
I mean, but I'm, you know.
Okay. So growing up in Philly, man, what's a Philly teenager do, man? What's going
on? Well, I'm old.
What did you do?
I'm older, so we still had the skating rink. I was just in the streets all the time.
In the streets.
Mm-hmm. I was like one of the pretty tomboys, I played football in the alleys with the boys. Bagged up work.
Let me ask you this: What was your aspirations to be growing up?
So I definitely wanted to be a women's advocacy attorney. I actually was supposed to go to law school. And when I got pregnant my senior year of undergrad, I decided to be a mom instead. So I decided to fall back on my psychology degree. And so I've got 13 years experience as a mental health case manager and substance abuse therapist.
Okay. How was your childhood like growing up in a household?
It was tough. So I'm one of 8 girls. 8. There's 8 of us.
In one house?
We all have different. We all have
Philly. I
know
them houses real close together in Philly. Sure.
So they're really close together. You know what I'm saying? But in Philly, we all have basements. Okay. So a lot of us would, be in the basement. Obviously, we'd share rooms.
Do they flood in Philly?
Do they what?
Do they flood in Philly?
No, not really. We don't have a lot of flooding. We've got the river right there, so it pretty much holds most of it. We don't get a lot of rain. Okay. More snow for sure.
Okay. So when you growing up in Philly with 8 siblings, was y'all close? Was y'all like?
We had a really turmoilous childhood. Yeah, I went through a lot of trauma all the way back as far as I can remember. The first traumatic incident I remember, I was 5, and it was between my mom and my biological father. And I actually ended up having to hide my baby sister under a bed and call the police because I thought my father had killed my mother.
That gotta be traumatic if you remember from when you was 5.
Oh yeah, I remember all of it. I remember my sister crying in her crib. I remember my mom screaming that she couldn't get the door open, and then hearing the door pop open and hearing my mom scream in pain because the door had hit her, and then hearing my dad just pummel my mother. That was the first traumatic incident. From there, they got a divorce. Me and my one little sister were the only ones that they had together. My father had a child in his teens, so I do have an older sister who's like in her 40s or 50s. I really honestly don't know.
Yeah, no. So now to this day, how is your relationship with the 8 of your siblings?
With my siblings? Yeah. I am friends on Facebook with the oldest one, my father's daughter, and all of her children. I speak to my sister, Emily, that we have the same mom and dad. That's the one that I'm the closest with. I actually help, take care of her and her kids as much as I can. She's extremely sick and has been for a while. She is married, but she's got lots of kids, and you know how that goes. So I definitely help out when I can. I was out there in May. She had to have a spinal surgery. And so I was there for about a week and a half to help take care of the kids and make sure everything was cool while she was, going through that first week of pain. Okay. But besides that, I don't talk to any of my other sisters. I couldn't even tell you where a couple of them are. I don't know. I know they've got children, but I don't believe I've met all of them. From my mom, my biological mom and my dad getting divorced, my mother, I'm older, so I don't know how old you are. Do you remember the ISOs?
I'm 31.
Okay, so you remember the ads in the newspaper, like dating ads? There was like a whole section.
No. I'm not looking at no news.
So my mom's friends put an ad for her in the newspaper. And so she randomly started getting like these phone calls for dates and stuff. And she, ended up going on a couple, met my stepfather, who was not well. And Ended up getting married to him. I believe I was in 5th grade when they got married. And yeah, life after that got even rougher. His kids ended up coming to live with us. He wasn't well mentally, and so that was extremely traumatizing. My mother ended up taking in all of the children, you know, her husband's children and my biological father's daughter at one point lived with us too, due to situations that she was going through. When I was about 15.
I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to know, what was y'all eating and wearing with 8+ kids in the house, and the parents too? They gotta eat and wear.
Right. Let me tell you, I have always been big because our eating habits were just horrible. I mean, I grew up on like hot dogs and pierogies.
Oh no, I definitely know hot dog.
Yeah, pierogies are like a Pennsylvania Dutch thing. It's like a pasta with like mashed potato mixtures on the inside. Okay. And you can like, some people like them boiled, some people put them in the oven, some people saute them. But it's like a side dish. Okay. Yeah. Actually, to be honest, I think there's a big like Dutch population in Whiting, because you can actually get pierogies at some places out there, and they actually have a pierogi like festival.
Yeah, you know, it's a little bit of everything in Illinois.
For sure.
Everything. So what about like the clothes? Did y'all go to school with new clothes and all
well, my mom's parents would help. They were kind of wealthy. So my mom's parents would help now and then. My mom, I mean, we stayed dressed. We shared a lot of stuff though, but I mean, we always I can always say we were always well kept. Okay. We were taught to keep ourselves up too. So
okay. That's dope.
Yeah.
Okay. So from Philly, that's all the way on the East Coast to I don't think I ever met anybody from the East Coast that moved from. You get a lot of Atlantas and Mississippi's and stuff like, in Texas and stuff like that. But what's the connection to Illinois? How did you go from the East Coast to the Midwest?
Sure. So my mom's sister and her husband lives in Kankakee.
Is that, you got more family there too, or is it just them?
No,
two?
It was just them.
Where's the majority of your family at?
The majority of my family is in Philadelphia. My mother's parents are originally from Michigan, so I do have some family there. My aunt and uncle that were in Kankakee, they now live in Boise, Idaho. But yeah, most of my family is on the East Coast. All of my father's family is in Jersey.
Okay. So, your grandparents was in Kankakee. Was it
my aunt and uncle?
Aunt and uncle was in Kankakee. Was it an adjustment moving from?
It was a huge adjustment. It was an adjustment on so many levels.
And how old was you when you filmed?
Sure. So I was 15. I moved out there, I want to say like 2 or 3 months before the end of my junior year of high school. And then I was there for my senior year, and I graduated from Kankakee High School.
What was the biggest difference coming from
well, coming from like the hood and the ghetto and the way that I was brought up, to my aunt and uncle who were extremely wealthy. My uncle was a doctor. My aunt was a stay-at-home mom. Just the things I was used to doing to survive, and not having to do them anymore was an adjustment. Due to family issues, it was still a little traumatic. People are so different from the East Coast than out here. Let me tell you, just learning to maneuver people out here is still an adjustment for me. The mindset of people from the Midwest is very different than what I'm used to.
Yeah, how so? Do you think we slow talkers?
Huh?
Do you think like people on the East Coast are like fast talkers?
Yeah, we definitely talk fast. We talk loud. But that's not what I mean. I mean like the mindset of people. How people move out here, what people value out here, is very different.
Yeah. What do people value out here? Shit, I'm trying to know shit.
You trying to get me in trouble.
Oh, okay. Let me know it then.
You know, I can only say so much because of the brand that I'm working on creating. and the fact that, you know,
Okay.
you got a little platform, Mo. You finna get me in trouble.
Okay, you know, man, this is an open air platform. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about whatever it is. It's a safe zone. But
Yeah, I just find people to be a little bit more closed minded and negative out here. There's a lot more scamming than what I'm used to, and not the actual art of scamming, because baby, you know, we scam out east too, but I mean that being that person's actual personality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm used to my guys, you know, who I know are real ones, and coming out here, I just haven't really met many people that I feel are solid. You know?
It's going to be like that. Because it's like, you know what I'm saying, your real ones, you probably knew them for 10,
No.
15. You know, oh, yeah? You know what I'm saying?
You know, I've moved around so much, but I feel like my personality, I attract people to me. So I got a couple solid ones everywhere.
So how long have you been in Chicagoland area?
This time I have been here for almost 9 years. Yeah.
When people ask you where you from, what you say?
Philly.
Oh, damn.
I will never be from Chicago, baby. I'm hopefully not going to be here much longer. Okay?
See, that's crazy.
I'm waiting for the housing market to change so I can sell this bad boy, and then...
That's crazy. You usually hear about people, you know what I'm saying, trying to boast that they from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? We're going to let you get a pass, man, but you from... Okay, man. So you go to school, and when you going to school, what was your aspirations at that time? Was you?
I still wanted to be a lawyer. Definitely wanted to help women. I've always, because of the things that I've been through, you know, I've always been a giver, giving back and things like that. So I definitely wanted to do that. I'm a great arguer, and so I just felt like, you know, being in the courtroom and debating was definitely my thing. But along the way, I took a internship as a legal advocacy intern for a women's shelter. And so that's kind of how I fell in love with the social services. And, you know, it was easy for me to fall back on that when, you know, my son came about. So.
Okay. So you doing the school thing, and then, you know, you have your son. You know what I'm saying? How did that affect your life at that point?
I think it definitely made me a little bit more responsible. Definitely feel like I felt love for the first time when I had my baby.
That's what's up.
For sure.
What was your support system like? Was it?
I mean, my family, up until recently, I still had contact. It was just always broken and traumatic. You know what I mean? Which is why now I don't. My contact is very limited.
What was your aunt and uncle's response?
Well, after I left Kankakee, we had a falling out, so I have not spoken really.
Oh, yeah?
There's been really no relationship.
Okay. So when you leave school, where do you go after that?
So I had my son 2 weeks before I graduated, and so my baby is a carbonite, and after that I moved up here into South Holland to stay with his father.
Carbonite.
People that are from Carbondale.
Oh,
anybody that went to SI, you'll understand.
Let me know it then. I'm like, what the hell? It sounds like some superpowers.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he got some kryptonite. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. No, sir.
Okay, so just
but yeah, so I was in South Holland for about 6 months. The relationship fell apart with my son's father. Went back to Philly. Still problems with the family, you know, trying to work it out. I worked as a caseworker, several different jobs. Ended up getting pregnant with another child. Yeah, and then my life kind of drastically changed at that point.
Okay. So was it the pregnancy or?
I think it was just life. I think it was just a perfect snowstorm of trauma and situations and just trying to survive.
Okay. So what does the perfect snowstorm look like? What was going on?
I mean, just all the trauma, all the bouncing around I had done in my life. And then I was in Philadelphia, single mom to both my kids. Still family issues, family problems, was struggling, and found my way into some extra money doing extra things.
Okay.
And then my life at that point took a drastic turn.
Okay. So how did you find your way? Was you a
Well, I mean, I'm
friend?
from
Was
the hood,
it
so I've always been like street savvy. You know what I'm saying? I've always known about certain things. I just never had to partake in them. Growing up, I did things like, I mean, I sold drugs. I stuck a couple people up.
allegedly?
You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. Allegedly, I ripped a girl out her mom's passenger side window and did things. But yeah, so yeah, I had, done things growing up, but it wasn't until really I was on the street and homeless that I had to, really, really partake in them. And it started when I needed the money as a single mom. But then I became homeless. Actually, my job that I was working as a caseworker, I had somebody turn me in for suspicion of things.
When you was working as a caseworker,
Mm-hmm.
somebody.
I was
somebody you was
fired
checking
for.
on or something?
So I was fired for suspicion of prostitution.
What if somebody saw you walking down the street or something?
So, I've always been cute, you know what I'm saying? I've always, gotten what I wanted.
I ain't never heard
So I
nobody
was
getting
dating
fired
a
for
couple
that.
I was dating a couple people at the time that of course were giving me rides to work in luxury vehicles, and because I was getting out of different cars. I guess there was a coworker or somebody that was watching me.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So
But what was crazy was I was really doing it.
yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? But still to get
But
fired
what
for that,
happened
like,
was-
bitch, don't worry about what I do when I leave here. God damn it. What I do when I leave here is my.
Exactly. When I'm off the clock, I'm off the clock. But I had started working in a brothel in North Philly, Northeast. I had responded to a Backpage ad.
Brothels ain't legal, right?
No.
Okay. So before we get out of that, I want to know because I understand. You know what I'm saying? You had your street smarts and stuff like that, but getting into that game is still another game within it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
How to walk, how to talk, how to point out a undercover cop. You know what I'm saying? How did you learn that game? Like, was it trial and error? Did you have some bad situations?
No. So I always kind of had the gift of talk anyways. You know what I'm saying? I was always pretty, always had a booty, always, you know what I'm saying? Had the personality. So all of that stuff I already had down. What happened was I was struggling as a single mom, was behind on bills. I was sleeping with people. And one of the guys I was sleeping with was like, this is some good shit, ma. Like, you might want to get on it. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, you can like find people that'll help you learn how to do it. And I was like, okay. So I went on Backpage and, kind of scrolled through the ads and looked at one that the wording made me feel like it was okay. And so I responded, and I actually, it was 2 lesbian ladies that were running the brothel. So I worked for women.
Okay. So I want to know, like, about your mindset at the time. Was it like, you know what I'm saying, I'm fucking for free anyway, I might as well get paid for it?
So that was
shit?
definitely, let me tell you, that was definitely the switch. And that is the worst thing that could have happened to anybody that ever wanted to have a real relationship with me. Because, you know what I'm saying? Now, except for my older son's father, because my older son's father still to this day, I need anything, he got me. But besides him, I always dated people that kind of just weren't it, like I had been through a lot of trauma, really didn't love myself, just kind of took what I could get. And it wasn't until I was literally about to be at rock bottom and I had more than just me to worry about that I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm pretty, I'm cool as fuck, I'm smart, my pussy good. Like, bitch, why is you giving this shit away for free? You're hungry. These motherfuckers can't even feed you. Like, you're literally sitting here starving, but you just sucked this man's dick. Like, what? And literally at that moment, I was like, yeah, I'm cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, unfortunately, a motherfucker I was fucking, he fucked it up for everybody.
Okay.
Fucked it up for everybody.
So now you get in the game, man. When you get in the game, because I watch a lot of interviews with people that's in that lifestyle on the YouTube channel called The Soft White Underbelly. He interviewed a lot of people in that lifestyle. So did you have like any rules? I hear like a lot of people, they on the West Coast most times. They be like, a lot of them say they don't date black guys like money on the street. And is that what was your rules of being on the street?
So my rules specifically for working. So my rules always have
starting
been,
out, and then we would get to like
sure. So always my rules have always been you can't not kiss me on my mouth. Like you can kiss on me, but no kissing me on my mouth. And nothing bare.
What about like you got any? I know for a fact you got weirdos. So like
facts.
any like
I specialize in fetishes, so I'll shit in your mouth for $1,500, baby.
Oh god damn! See, have you done that?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. So it's mainly like an old white man thing. Wow. But I have like 2 black men. One was a real young one out here. And, like, I begged the young man to, like, not do it. And he was like, bitch, I just paid you. Like,
he said he was a young man?
Yes, he was, like, maybe 19, 20. He was very young.
So, guys,
and I did it once. And he messaged me the next time and was like, I really don't want that. It was cool. I experienced it. Like, I'd rather do this. And so we moved on to something a little less intrusive, I guess.
Do the fetish guys still want to fuck, or do they just get off on that?
They get off on that.
That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
Have you ever turned anything down?
Always.
Yeah.
Because, okay, so the difference between, so we skipped a whole lot of stuff. So I was homeless in New York. After I lost my job. I was working in the brothel, but I wasn't making that much because Philly dudes like skinny chicks. And at the time, I was bigger than I am now. I was a good 400.
For real?
Yes. So, word gets around. I'm on the street, she doing this to get money, wooty-woo, whatever. Word gets to one of my homegirls from high school and her baby father that's in New York doing the shit. You know what I'm saying? So she gets a hold of me like, hey, yo, they'll love your big ass up here. Bitch, come on. Like, we got you. So I was already homeless. I had given my kids to, family members so that they didn't have to be on the street with me. But because of the family issues, I didn't have anywhere to go. And so I went to New York, motel hopped, room hopped, we would rent cars for a couple of days and sleep in the cars. I've slept on sidewalks. I've slept on trains. I've slept on subways.
So they talking about, come up here, we got you, and you sleeping on the sidewalk?
I mean, they showed me how to get the money. You know what I'm saying? They showed me the New York way. The thing is, New York's expensive as fuck. Like, it's more expensive than Chicago. So to have nothing and to be hustling to get it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just wasn't, it was never enough. And then I was still sending money back to take care of my kids, just because I was in my situation didn't mean that I didn't have something to take care of. So I still was sending money. I was stacking money to get off the street. So to me, it was more important to put the money up so that it wasn't a forever than to have a roof over my head at that time. Like, that makes sense to you?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so what another thing that I see is drugs play a role in a lot of people who in that lifestyle. What did it play a role?
No, so to be honest, I hate drugs. So I don't even consider weed. I don't consider it a drug, but I've smoked since I was about 13.
Barely consider X a drug.
Oh no, that's a drug. But anyways,
barely.
So yeah, I tried shrooms one time in Atlantic City. One of my homegirls who worked too, one of her clients took us to Atlantic City. That was the first time I tried them. Bugged the fuck out. Like, bugged the fuck out. Fought a tranny on the boardwalk.
The raw mushrooms.
Yes, it was raw mushrooms. Let me tell you, I called my biological father and was like, how much do I take? Mo, I took half of what this man told me to take with some peanut M&Ms and lost my mind. Lost my mind. Threw myself against the bay window. Like, I'm the worst mom in the
What floor was you on? We're talking about the bay window, goddammit.
Like, we was up there. He had some money. I ended up falling asleep, hugging the toilet because I had gone in the in the stall trying to, like, calm down. But the wallpaper was like itty bitty little like threads, and then every little
Tripped you
thread was
out.
a different fucking texture, and it sent me overboard.
Mm.
I tried shrooms again more recently, not recently, and baby, I puked nonstop for like 6 hours.
Oh yeah. See, I
Like,
gotta
it's
try
just not my thing.
the raw fresh ones. I only had like the candy bar.
Well, the second time, it was the candy bar, and I got so sick, like
yeah.
deathly sick. And then the only other drug I've ever tried, was, X, and it was cool. I liked it. I'm already cool with just weed, so like that, it was just,
So
I liked
guess
it
what
because it
wanna
helped me
ask
stay
you
up.
is,
I do a lot.
You was
so.
doing all this clear headed, like clear minded. Is that hard? You know what I'm saying? Cause
No,
you don't like deal with doing like.
I feel like at the point in my life that I had to do that, I was already desensitized to anything possibly that I could be exposed to. You know what I'm saying?
What I
Because
mean by
already
necessarily like if you got a dude who just like a Chinese man, you don't like Chinese men, or somebody.
Well,
who
I can't stand
stank
no white
or something,
penis.
You know what I'm saying?
It terrifies me.
So how do you get over that? Like,
I just think about the money.
Yeah. Well, so you don't have to be turned on at all.
No.
So you don't gotta. It's just
No, because getting wet is a physical thing.
What that mean?
Getting like for a bitch to get wet, it's physical. So I don't have to like you for my pussy to get wet. That's
So is it a man thing? It's just wet.
yeah. I mean, like.
All right.
That conversation just completely
That's what's up though.
Yeah.
But all right. Okay, so have you ever so you was jumping in cars at first?
Yeah, like we would rent cars and stuff for a couple of days. But there's like down times in it.
Or was you walking the street?
Oh yeah, I never walk the street.
Okay.
And that's why I say like I'm a bougie whore. Cause there's this certain shit I'm not finna do.
So it was like Backpage at the beginning. Was it?
Yeah, so it was Backpage back then. Cause when I started, it was like 11 years ago.
You wasn't scared of sting operations or
no, because I had learned what to say and how to move and the things to look for when I was at the brothel. So the phone girl was a cokehead, right? So I would take a couple dollars, you know what I'm saying, get her a little stuff and take it to the brothel when I would go. So because I was supplying her, we would sit back there, snack, and she would literally just run her mouth about everything. So I just sat there and listened to how she would answer the phone. I watched because I was sober. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't high. I just watched everything. Took it all in and then just finesse it to how it worked for me.
So the brothel, was it like a nail salon with holes in the back, or was it?
No, it was literally just a house. And when you opened the door, you walked into like a little like lobby area with some chairs and a TV. And there was like like a bar counter. And there was a tray that we would take their cell phones. And then there was rooms down the hallway. And to the back, there was like a little office area. But it was just like the first floor of this house.
Did the feds ever run in there?
Huh?
Did the feds ever come in there or anything?
So not in the one I was in, but they would talk about, they would get raided, they would get tipped off and literally they would smash the computer and dip. Like that's smash it and go.
Wow.
So yeah, they had been raided several times, but when I was there, we were never raided. And to be honest, the whole time I've ever done any of this, I've been robbed at gunpoint once.
That was my next question.
Robbed it, and that wasn't until I was here.
Robbed for some pussy?
No, I was robbed for like money.
No, you ever been robbed for
pussy? No, I had a police officer show up one time and I fucked him so I didn't get arrested.
For real?
He raped me in my ass.
Why do I always hear that about cops fucking people in the ass?
I don't know.
Okay, we get back to fucking in the ass. But so the cop came in the middle of a rendezvous with a client?
No, so he came acting like he was a client when I was in Jersey.
Oh.
And as soon as he came into the room, and I turned around and said to him, how long you staying for? He pulled out his badge and pulled out his gun. I instantly started crying because it was like years ago. And was like, there's no pimp here if that's what you're looking for, because most of the time they're looking for a pimp.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even want us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they want what's going to get them, you know, the praise. So I was like, there's no pimp here, there's no pimp here. He was like, is there anybody else in the apartment? I said, yeah, because my homegirl was in the room next door. He was like, does she work too? I said, yes. He asked if she had a pimp. I said, no, we don't work for any men. We don't work for anybody. We just work ourselves. I said, I've got kids, please. Like, I've never been locked up. Like, I'm just down. You know, I'm having a hard time. I'm just trying to get back on my feet. And he was like, it's cool, shorty, turn around.
Black guy?
So I turned around.
Black guy?
No, he was Hispanic.
Okay. Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Is anal something that goes on?
So, unfortunately, I can no longer offer anal as a service. In my personal life, that's something completely different. But, yeah, I've had a lot of anal in my life, obviously because of my body shape. And so, yeah, I medically am not supposed to.
Okay. What are your thoughts on guys that like anal, if you don't mind?
That like anal?
Yeah.
I really feel like, you know, people like what they've been exposed to.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand why people would like it. I mean, it's a different feel.
Was that something that you was okay with, or you had to get to?
I mean, I was okay with it.
Okay.
I actually really, really liked it, which is why I can no longer have a lot of it.
Okay. That's why you can't have a lot of it? Cause
I did too much.
Okay. All right. So.
Moe, your face. You know, Kitty's gonna give it to you real and honest, all right?
No, that's why I'm loving it, man. That's why I'm looking at the camera. I'm mad. It's only 38 minutes left. I don't know. I probably gotta do
and you
part
missing
2.
everything, because all we talking about is the escort stuff. We're not even talking about everything else I do as a professional bad bitch.
Yeah, I'm just saying because it's a
the escort stuff is the most interesting, huh?
Not even the most interesting, but the least information is out about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you see it, but you don't know. You know.
Well, there's just so many like different levels to it. There's so many different ways to go about doing it.
Like, sometimes I see certain things and I be curious. Like, I always want to interview somebody who was in the field. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I don't know if they're sure or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
I mean, and my views on it and the way that I move about it are so different. You know what I'm saying? Before, when I was in it, because I was married, so I was out of the life for 9 years. So I've only been back in it a little over a year. But before, it was a learning process. It was a lot of fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? It was survival. Whereas from learning all of that and being in a better place now, it's more of a business. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm making money off the shit. Now I'm making business moves off of the people that I meet doing it. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't care if people know. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I've pulled myself out of everything that I've ever had to go through. So unless you housing me, fucking me, or feeding me, I don't care how you feel about it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And the way that I move, I just feel like I move different than anybody else that does it anyways, you know?
That's what I said. I've never. That's what I said. I see people different. And I'll be like, I don't know if I should ask them or not. But like, you was like, you know, even though I was still kind of nervous to ask you, like it was cool to ask you just because of your personality and the way you know what I'm saying, represent yourself. Like, I done heard you multiple times like introduce yourself as the baddest bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or, you know what I'm saying? So, and I just got a couple more questions about that. You know what I'm saying? We can move on.
For
one I want to know. Can you maintain a relationship in that field, or do you not, or how does that work? Do you tell them what you're doing, or?
So because for me and where I'm at in my life right now after my divorce, I just sacrificed a lot of who I was for my ex-husband. Not even just the whole lifestyle thing, but I feel like being through the marriage and the divorce and just being back in the lifestyle, I feel like there's certain things about it I won't give up. You know what I'm saying? Like actually turning tricks, I have no problem with giving that up. You know what I'm saying? But being a professional bad bitch, for me, what I do is way more than just the escorting. So all the other stuff I do, the music videos, co-hosting, the interviews, no, I'm never going to stop that. So On top of that, then I also sell pussy, right? My time is money. So if I'm giving you my time for free and I'm giving you my pussy for free, you can't play in my face. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these men out here think that because I do what I do, they can. And so it's not beneficial to me to date. You know what I'm saying? And I find that because motherfuckers have a stigma as to what type of bitch does that, like escorts, they think that they can play in my face, or they think that, you know what I'm saying, I do certain things, or I'm okay with certain shit, or I'm gonna let certain shit slide. No, because what I'm doing making money is a business. If you over here selling your dick, that's a whole nother thing, Poppy. Get that money. I'll see you at home. But if you out here cheating and shit like that, that's just different to me. So it takes a very specific type of man to, one, to be able to handle me, two, to be able to tolerate and be secure enough in the fact that what I do is a business to me. I don't date tricks. You cannot have a full conversation with me. You know what I'm saying? You can speak to me if you see me in public, but don't do too much. You know, it just takes a very specific person. And I've tried. I've dated, you know, several people. And I just feel like my honesty isn't appreciated. And my honesty isn't matched. Because for me, honesty and consistency are the two biggest things. Those I have to have in a relationship. And I don't find that I get the same level of honesty back. And men act like they can handle what you do, but at the end of the day, they really can't.
No, they can't.
They can't.
They can't.
You know what I'm saying? All these motherfuckers that think that they're okay with being polygamous. No, eventually your feelings gonna get caught up. Eventually something's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It just, you know.
I can have more than one wife, but she can't have more than one husband.
See, and that's crazy. That's so sexist. That's
religious.
Insane.
That's religious. That's my religion, though.
And that's insane.
It's deeper than rap, though. We probably talk about that another time. But
my
last question about this is, no, we gotta say time for the rest of your stuff. We got 33 minutes left. So I just want to know this. I gotta ask you this: have any of your clients ever fucked the shit out you?
Yes, I've got some amazing clients, baby. But
and do you ever be like, damn, I can't wait to get called?
Yes, I mean, I got
text them like, you good? Yeah.
I mean, as soon as they drop that low, I'm on my way.
Does that make it hard for business?
Huh?
Does that make it hard for business?
No, because it's still business.
So you're like, damn, I love this nigga.
No, because that's the thing. I got a lot of dick, so dick doesn't move me. Dick ain't never gonna move me.
That's what I'm asking.
I can get myself off in 3 seconds. What the fuck I need you for?
Yeah, so you can't be with a dude.
I can. Why can't I?
How?
Because it's more but that's the thing.
You
thinking about a relationship with your dick. A relationship is more than that. And that's the thing. As an escort, that's what I need in a relationship is other things.
Yeah, for sure. But sex is part of a relationship, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I'm going to fuck the shit out my dude.
Right.
With a bitch, too, because I like females.
But if a dude fuck the shit out you and then you go home and do him performing like Buddy was, that ain't going, you ain't going to look at
I mean, no. Because that's the thing. Like, I don't really need sex. I personally, because of the traumas and the things that I've been through, I really don't need it.
Like
I'm great at it, but it's a tool. You know what I'm saying? I make money off of it. It is what it is, you know? The things that I crave in someone, that wouldn't matter if I was getting the shit fucked out of me by somebody else, because that's a client. So there's no intimacy there. There's no conversation there. There's no feelings there. It's literally an exchange. I render a service.
Okay.
Like any other business owner.
Appreciate you opening up about all that, man. I think that was really, really dope of you to come in and share with my viewers and listeners, man. Because like I said, even, you know what I'm saying, because you hear a lot of things, you see a lot of things, but you rarely see people like, this what it is, this how it works.
And that's the thing, like, the way that I move now, everybody knows and everybody respects me, because I don't, you know, I have a code and a policy and things that I go by. And like I said, I treat it like a business. Right. You know,
and that's what you're saying.
And I don't cross
like
businesses.
We know a lot of people that just do it for free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
100 dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. There's definitely a price tag over this way.
So let's talk about the evolution, man. Because from that you done turned it into 5, 6 other things. So what came first? Was it was it appearing in videos or?
Yeah, so definitely. Well, no, stripping came first.
Okay.
So when I was in New York, the promoter that gave me the name French Kitty, he actually found my escort ad and he reached out to me and asked if I was interested in stripping. That he threw these underground private BBW strip parties, and he was interested in having me come aboard. Like I told you, I was like 400, 450. And so we met up. We had a FaceTime call. We met up at a hotel, I think in Brooklyn. We had a little photo shoot. We did like a little promo video for the strip party, and I had never stripped before. I was a decent dancer, you know what I'm saying? I've always had
but
rhythm.
You gotta learn how to
I was always like a dancer. I was always, I was a cheerleader growing up and shit, so I always had rhythm and stuff. But yeah, so I showed up to the party, got a couple cute little outfits, made a decent amount of money, and then started stripping. So I did a few parties for him. I would, book my own private parties and stuff. I would do bachelor parties and shit in Jersey and New York. So yeah, the stripping came first. Then came the music videos. And then more recently, I've been able, like I said, to tap into other areas, the movies, the interviews, things like that. I think because I'm more open about my life and because I've made it a brand. Like, I'm a professional bad bitch.
Yeah, for sure.
I do whatever, it is if the money right.
For sure.
So, and I don't cross businesses. So like if I do a music video, you can't pay me to fuck. Like I don't, I just got morals and values even though I do what I do.
So no X-rated music videos?
I mean, I would get naked in a music video. But no, like I'm not doing I've never done porn. I'm not recording with, I'm not doing all that. I've done like self stuff. I had an OnlyFans for a few months. It wasn't making enough money for me.
Yeah.
So
You don't like the OnlyFans?
I wasn't making enough. I make more money behind closed doors. So why would I put my pussy on the internet when I could just show it to you and you alone? For a couple $100 compared to a $12 subscription. Like
that's cool. What it is, $12.
Yeah, I mean, I had my subscription at like $15 a month. So after they took their cut, I got $12, but then I still got to pay taxes out of that. So that's $9 per person to see the kitty. I'm
going outside.
Fuck out of here. You got to pay me $200 behind closed doors minimum. So I'm not doing that.
Is it a time limit?
What, behind closed doors?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. So it's $200 for 20 minutes.
$200 for 20 minutes.
Yeah. You want me to continue?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's $200 for 20 minutes. It's $350 for a half hour. And it's $400 for an hour.
That's the time.
And any fetishes or more.
It's an hour.
Anything extra, more. You want me to spit in your mouth? It's $50. You want to kiss on me? It's another $50. Like, that's just base.
Okay. So, out of what you got going on now, between the music videos, the movies, the co-hosting radio, what's your passion? What you?
Definitely my book. So I'm almost done writing my first book.
What's the title?
I can't tell you that yet.
Oh, man, you ain't gotta tell us what it's about. You gotta give us something.
I can't tell you.
You gotta give us something. What can we expect it then?
Probably in another like 6 to 9 months.
Okay. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
We can wait then.
It just seems to always be something with it. A lot of legalities. I've done a lot of things. There's a lot of details in there. There's other people. I don't want any other issues.
What type of book is it? Autobiography? Is it?
So yes, it's my life story. Mainly focusing on how I got on the street and how I got off. And because I don't consider myself on the on the street anymore because it's a business.
Do you look at this book as like a like a guide for other women, or is it just your success story?
It's just my story. Just I feel like a lot of people are too scared, or to talk about their trauma, too scared to talk about. Baby, I'm not the only one selling pussy, and I can guarantee I'm not the only one anybody knows selling pussy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just the only one willing to talk about it. Talk about why I'm doing it. Talk about where the money's going. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna love me or you gonna hate me, and I don't care, but you gonna respect whoever the fuck you talking to. Allie French Kitty, whatever my government name is, because I ain't telling y'all.
If you could do any one of those things full time, what would it be? If they're like, you gotta put your time and energy in one of these things and go crazy. What would
I don't think I could.
really?
Yeah, because I'm a Gemini, so we get bored really easy. And I pride myself on making money 100 different ways. If I ain't getting it one way, I'm getting it another. I do hair, I do nails. I have a cosmetology license. I have a college degree. I've bartended. I'm an amazing server, baby. I'm the best waitress you will ever fucking have. I've managed restaurants. I've literally done it all. And I think it's because of the hard life I've lived. I'm a survivor, so I've definitely always made it happen. But yeah, I like being able to, one day I'm doing a music video. The next day I'm sitting down talking about my book. The next day I'm, over here doing this. The next day I'm getting a phone call to come do a photo shoot with a goat. Like my life is very all over the place, but it's very exciting. It's very rewarding at this point to me.
So, with that being said, what's your goals? What do you do all this for? What's the
What do I do all this for? Really just to take care of the people I love.
So what about you?
Oh, I take care of me.
You
Okay,
saving up?
I takes care of me. But no, for real, I got a couple family things going on that a lot of my money is going to. My biological sister is extremely sick, and like I said, I help out there. From my divorce, I've had some financial issues, which is why I went back to selling cootie coo anyways, was because I wasn't making enough doing anything else at that point. Yeah.
How do you find yourself, you know what I'm saying, in the rooms or to get invited for like movies and music videos and stuff like that?
I have a lot of different, avenues. Obviously the radio show host Delectable, my boosie,
Shout out.
has definitely invited me into rooms. I had met a female rapper, right after I had divorced my husband, and she got me into a room. And I feel like once I get into a room, I'm a do the do. You know what I'm saying? I got the personality, and I just attract people. So I feel like although a lot of people, have invited me places or hey, come out with me, I feel like once I get there, I'm the one that's maneuvering. You know what I'm saying? But Delectable has definitely brought me into rooms. Damo has brought me into rooms. The female rapper, her as well.
Mm. Out of everything you've been through, what's the biggest lesson you've learned?
Just keep going.
And that sounds easier said than done, you know what I'm saying? So when you feel down and low, what motivates you? Is it knowing where you came from?
Just the type of person that just cries it all out, and then I'm right back
real?
up. Yeah,
I didn't picture
you didn't picture that, did you? Mo, I am the biggest fucking crybaby.
Like, I'm that motherfucker look at you like, bitch, I know you ain't crying.
No, and it's not even something to be like ashamed about. I've been through a lot of shit. So crying is just your soul releasing it. You know what I'm saying? And so not everybody gets to see me cry. Not everybody will even know that they have even influenced the cry. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still a tough ass bitch. But sometimes you got to let that shit go. Yeah. So yeah, I'll, roll me a wood, get in the tub, put my, slow jams on and let it out.
Okay. Outside of the industry stuff, what kind of hobbies is French Kitty into? What do you do with your free time?
I do have children. One of them lives here and one doesn't. So the one that's here, I try to see. Although he's a boring ass teenager, and so he doesn't really like to be with his mommy. And
all they need is a video game and a phone. That's all I guess I
embarrass him. I don't wear enough clothes. I get too much attention. I'm too loud. So. But besides that, I just got a full-time job, so I'm, back in the mental health field as well. I do hair, I do nails. I'm always doing some. And if I'm not, I'm about to get a phone call to do some. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really booked out for a long time. I've got holes here and there, but I've got lots of stuff going on with Delectable and the show. And I've got, my own motion with photo shoots and music videos and, I always reach out to people too. Like, there's a twerk instructor around here. I went to one of her classes. She posted she wanted people to model her shorts. Yeah, sure, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when I offer my services one time, you know, you lock in. And then, you know, the next time you want the professional bad bitch to come out, you know what I'm saying? There's a little charge. So, yeah.
Okay, so I got a couple more questions and I'll let you get up out of here.
Oh, for sure.
So, with you being like around a lot of these industry people and stuff like that, is it a big difference dealing with industry people than it is dealing with people on the street, or do you deal with them like pretty much not necessarily?
No, I feel like there's a lot more drama when you are involved in a more close circle. So not even just specifically the music industry, because there's a lot going on currently out here in the, you know, in the shadig, but, you know, just in any little group in general, there's going to be drama. So I feel like it's a little harder to maneuver, you know, the music industry, especially with people beefing and blah, blah, blah. And I'm the type of bitch, I'm friends with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Okay. And I think this will be my last question. So with you being a female and basically damn near kind of, it can be a toss-up if the street life is a male-dominated industry or not. But like the music videos is definitely a male-dominated industry. How do you navigate? Does coming from the streets help you navigate? Like easy to tell, like when a dude trying to trick you or something. You know
Yeah, for sure.
like that? And,
Yeah.
And how do you navigate? Do you deal with them from a distance? Do you not deal with them at all?
Well, it depends. Like, trick me as far as how. Like,
you know, like
they trying to get me to come work, but they finna do something to me.
Shit like that. Yeah. Shit.
I'm always strapped. I got it right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm concealed to carry, baby, and I will blow it.
Okay, for sure. So so you good?
But you know, I got several people that have my location. People that nobody knows. You know, although I seem to be very open and out there and and I put my business out there, I'm very strategic in what's done and who knows who and where you go with me.
Okay.
Won't nobody ever really know how I move, because that's just how you stay safe.
For sure. And then appreciate you coming through. This was a dope conversation. I could see you coming back again,
definitely, because we didn't even talk about nothing.
What you mean? What we ain't talk about?
There was just so much. I could just talk for days. You know, I got a life.
Well, I was gonna ask you, what's something you think the people? What's a misconception about you, and what's something that you would want people to know about you?
A misconception about me. I don't know.
So, what would you want somebody to take from this interview if this their first time hearing you, meeting you, or if they know you but probably didn't know you to this extent? What's something about you want them to know?
I don't know. Just I'm that bitch. I'm a good motherfucker to know. No, I'm definitely, you know, I'm just so solid and so thorough. I just feel like there's definitely not another person specifically like me. You know what I'm saying? Just from the things that I've been through, to the way that I look at life, to the way that I move. I'm just very different.
It's crazy. Because what made it all crazy for me this whole time, I thought you was a nigga.
You know? What? I check on my documentation, and baby, I got a tattoo right here that said God is a black man.
He is.
He is. I used to get kicked out of Sunday school because I used to say that. Like, y'all lying to me because of God has locks. Like, what?
That's crazy.
Like, why? I'm not.
What you got coming up next?
Definitely got to check me and Delectable out at Island Vibes. What's today? Wednesday? Thursdays. Definitely, you know, me stopping in on the radio show in these streets with Delectable here and there. We are going out to Atlanta with some people at the end of June. I've got some photo shoots coming up.
Didn't I just see you in a music video?
Oh yeah, for sure. I did. I just did a video with my homegirl Big Daddy Deja and Fendi and Sammy.
Okay. How'd that go? I seen them.
It was fine. You know, Big Daddy Deja is so fucking sweet. I absolutely love me some Deja. I met her a little while ago doing a video for her, and I've done like a couple since, and we're locked in. I mean, you know, we cool for sure. Fendi was cool. She was quiet, but she was very nice. And Sammy was just so sweet. She was very welcoming. And I actually saw her at one of the award shows recently, and she came up to me and gave me a great big hug. I think it was the Illy Awards because I was drunk. I didn't see her. She saw me.
Drunk as fuck.
Yeah, I definitely. Oh, my God. Mo, did you see the fucking videos circulating of me on stage? I don't even remember getting up on stage.
I think I might. Yeah, I think I got.
All I remember is losing my phone. I lost my phone for so long.
I got videos of you on stage. I got videos.
I don't remember.
You in the background looking for your phone.
That's why I don't drink. Just give me a fucking blunt. I'm good. Like, I drink and yeah.
All drinks was good though. They was good though.
They were. I didn't even have that many. That's why I'm not understanding why.
I don't know. That must have been some Casamigos or something, though.
Yeah, I was backing it up on that dude in the leopard jacket. I didn't even know I don't know him. I was like cringing when I was watching the video.
I think one of the dudes that's an actor rapper, he was dancing with him for sure.
Oh, Jew. Yeah, I know Jew. Jew's cool. Whoa Boy, cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I danced on Whoa Boy, though.
But yeah.
It was the dude next to, let me tell you.
It was all on the end.
Yeah, let me tell you. I cringe. That's why I don't drink.
Oh, yeah, you cringe?
Oh, I cringe when I watch myself after a drunken night. Like, oh, my God, why'd you do that, idiot? Because, you know, I am very wild and crazy, and I used to be extremely crazy.
What's the craziest thing you ever done?
Allegedly, I was known for throwing anything across the bar if you looked at me wrong in college. Like, just toss Heineken bottles at your forehead.
You ain't get your sign put
allegedly in college, I keyed somebody's car I was dating while his girlfriend stood there screaming. And allegedly, the girlfriend's friend at the time, we became best friends. Allegedly.
That's all right. She want to be both of y'all now.
You know, yeah, that was fun.
What's up, man?
Yeah, I've allegedly done a lot of things.
Just getting started.
You know, actually, I'm getting older. So I do try to remain calm.
With you getting older, do you see yourself changing anything about your life?
Not really. I mean, I feel like everything happens for a reason, and kind of just with everything that I've been through, I kind of have to believe that, you know? And so I kind of just let things be as they are and accept them for what they are. And I feel myself doing that more and more the older I get, you know? Yeah.
Well, appreciate you coming through.
For sure. Yes. Oh, yeah. Y'all can follow me only on Facebook because IG freaking hates me.
Let the people know where they can find you on social media, where they can hit you up.
IG hates to see my booty cheeks, y'all. So you can only find me on Facebook. I
see some crazy stuff on IG.
You know, unfortunately, I pissed
somebody.
I've pissed a couple people off just by being me.
Cause I see some crazy stuff on IG.
Yeah, and you know my IG was just like cheek and shit, Mo. Like, you know,
that's what I said. There's some people IG that's only fans without the nipples.
Yeah, no, I didn't do none of that, and I was in big trouble. So y'all can only find me on Facebook under Allie French, ALLY French.
All right, thank you for coming through. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes, sir.
I gotta have you back, but you know I'm gonna write some questions for you. I don't even write questions, but.
There's just so much, man.
Yeah, you might have to hold a class too, man.
You know, I do motivational speaking. I go and speak to like college classes and stuff.
Motivational? How you be motivating these people? What you be telling them? You could be anything you want to be.
Basically, you know, I'm good with words, so.
Okay. Oh yeah, so we definitely gonna have to have you back then.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. You know what? You just gonna have to send me your bio. You got a bio?
I don't. I'm gonna have to write one for you. I can do it though.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.